More powerful than the slap heard at the Oscars was another incredible Oscar moment that's got not only the internet talking, but also Discovery. More right after this. What is happening, Internet? K-Wing here, and yes, we are talking about everybody's favorite, the Snydercut, or Restore the Snyderverse. Make the Batfleck movie, because, believe it or not, these things still trend, and they make the news more often than some of DC's current projects. And they're not even really a thing yet. Or are they? I don't know. Neither does the Internet, but that's besides the point. So apparently, this is kind of fun. The executives, or rather the new blood at Warner Discovery, are kind of taking notice to all of the noise happening on the internet in a positive way. As Darkseid said, we will use the old ways, because, you know, you can't really boom tube right into Discovery's office and talk to them. So the Snyder fans, mainly Make the Batfleck movie, have found new ways of engaging Discovery's upcoming Warner staff over in New York City. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, because that's hilarious, and that actually cost those Snyder fans a lot of money, because let me tell you, certain billboards in New York City are thousands and thousands of dollars. Same thing for vans, but that's besides the point. So what in the world am I talking about? What happened? Well, there was a lot of interesting things that happened besides Will Smith basically doing a Smash Brothers smash attack on poor Chris Rock's face, which was way out of left field. Usually if somebody says something wrong about your wife, you would, you know, go up and say, please apologize, and if they don't, then you can escalate things if you want to. But of course, if you're a normal Joe, you're going to spend the night in jail for assaulting another man. But if you're a celebrity, you get to keep your Oscar, it's all fine. But that's besides the point. Hollywood elite, am I right? Anyway, so the big upset at the Oscars, which has everybody talking, is the fact that Zack Snyder's Justice League, the HBO Max movie, won an Oscar. Now, I know what you're going to say. Why is this a big deal? It's not a real Oscar. It's like, it is and it isn't. This is a new thing that the Oscars have been doing for some time to try and give comic book movies a kind of like nod and be like, yeah, we mentioned these movies at the Oscars, but did you know Batman movies have actually won Oscars? It's true. They've won it for art direction, they've won it for music, they've won it for costumes, and they've won it for supporting actors. It is possible for DC movies to win Oscars, Academy Awards, all that stuff. It's happened before. But now, they have this little thing called the Oscars cheer moment. Now, the thing that surprised me the most is I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, and I've seen the, quote, cheer reactions around the world from Korea, Japan, from America, like Mexico. All these different places have posted reactions to when Tobey Maguire and all these other Spider-Man characters appear on screen, and some of the reactions are louder than when Captain America said Avengers Assemble in, you know, the really big Avengers movie. Now, Zack Snyder's Justice League, not to knock it, I think it's an amazing masterpiece of a film. It's a great 4-hour thing that I really believe should have been broken up into a miniseries, but of course Warner Media didn't want to pay the actors, so it was a 4-hour movie. But that's besides the point. The series, the HBO Max thing, was incredible, but the moment that they chose is when Flash goes back in time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't really hear the audience cheering. Basically, what happened was, it was kind of like this massive fan poll where the Snydercut fans are able to mobilize their fan base pretty quickly, which is something that Discovery is actually paying mind to, and Warner Media is just kind of like, oh, these are toxic fans, we're just going to ignore them. David, the upcoming CEO, hears cha-ching when he sees these people, because these are folks that literally are very proud to buy merchandise and support their stuff. So they're the complete opposite of SJWs on Twitter with DC Comics. When DC Comics does something stunning and brave, well, they work in sales for about the first issue that they do that, and then they drop off the face of the earth. These people, the Snyder fans, which people call the Snyder cult or Snyder bros, they are a marketing machine. They are always posting things that they buy involving Ben Affleck's Batman, Henry Cavill's Superman, and they are spending thousands upon thousands of dollars. And you think that Discovery is not paying attention to these quote-unquote fans? You're drunk! David and Discovery like to make money, and, well, these people make money for them, or they will. So one thing that they've done which is insane, but definitely got Discovery's attention in New York City, is they spent money on a billboard van. And let me tell you, back in the day when our YouTube channel was doing very well, and I'm talking we were in the tens of millions of views a month, I did look into getting a billboard for us in New York City because I was jealous of what Maker Studios did to us. And my wife and I decided against it because it would be around, for about half a day, $5,000 for just one billboard post. Now, if you want a van to drive around New York City and show your whatever campaign that you're doing for marketing, but you had a very clever Make the Batfleck fan spend a lot of money in Ben Affleck's behalf, and they parked the Make the Batfleck van yesterday outside of Discovery's headquarters. Now, most of the people that are in this headquarters in Discovery in New York City are going to be the new board of directors over at Warner Discovery. So they're going to have a lot of pull. And they are very aware of what this group of people are doing, and they see it as very passionate fans. It's not the same effect that we've had with some people at Warner Media who say that the Snyder fans are toxic. And they are definitely taking notice to a lot of these things. So my advice to everybody who is a big Snyder fan, keep buying the Ben Affleck Batman merchandise. Keep trending Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck on Twitter all this year. Don't stop. Be proud of your fandom, pretty much. Don't attack the new Discovery CEOs if they don't do what you want. In fact, never do that. Just keep, showing your love for these characters, and eventually, you never know what could happen. But keep doing it the right way. Use the old ways the best way. Word of mouth, telling other people about it, bringing up the numbers for the Snydercut on HBO Max, which is still #1 after a year, which is insane. So keep that up. Keep buying the Snydercut on Blu-ray. And don't buy the Justice League on DVD or Blu-ray. You know, be very clear what your version of the Justice League is. Support the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. Sales matter. I know SJWs believe that sales aren't important, but in the world of business, money talks. I am very happy with the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I think it's fantastic. I think that maybe they should look at other avenues if they can't do live action right away. Like if they're really adamant about completing the Justice League 2 and 3, why not make an animated film? It's not like DC Animation is doing all that much. Their world building for DC animated films ended. They have no plans right now to do a continuation of the Long Halloween Batman that met that Justice League. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, because that probably is the plan, but a lot of, we'll say, animated films are kind of not scuttled, but they're on the back burner right now. Warner Games is having some issues with multiverses. They complained about it on Twitter a little while, then scrubbed that tweet, and Discovery is making things very, very difficult for a lot of, we'll say, projects. I'm not saying that certain games or movies or films will get delayed. I have no idea. One of my last contacts at Warner Brothers is kind of running scared because she doesn't know if her department's going to be closed down, which sucks, but hey, I mean, you know, it always sucks when people lose their jobs, and mergers are always nasty. My major concern, I know I'm going off topic, but is what happened with Saban and Hasbro. Saban was very good with fan base and people making videos and podcasts and, you know, basically free advertising for the Power Rangers brand. Then came Hasbro, and we'll say things got very difficult, especially as an official Power Ranger creator on my other channel. I can tell you it was a vast difference. And that's been kind of a crazy thing. And I understand that, you know, in order to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. And I just see not everything about this Discovery Warner thing is going to be amazing, like the old Warner Brothers days. You can maybe quote me on that if you want to. Let's say I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. But I will say this, that I would be happy if the Warner movie things actually happened, if we got that Ben Affleck series, if we got Henry Cavill and some other things. I just urge the fan base that is very passionate about this stuff, do it the right way. You know, buy the merchandise, share your love on Twitter. Don't ever attack executives the way that some of you have, like Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada and stuff. You've got these New Yorkers who are coming in to be the new bosses, and they don't take crap from people the way that Californians are kind of soft. So, no offense to Californians. I'm talking business Californians. Very, very soft compared to New Yorkers. So they're not going to take any crap from people, and you don't want them to have like a, we'll say, disdain for the idea of bringing Ben Affleck back and, all this other stuff. They're aware of what's happening, more so than the Warner Media people were ignoring, so that's good. I mean, you guys are taking the step in the right direction, so just make sure you do it the right way. That's all I'm going to say on that end. But getting back to some more of the news. So besides the whole Ben Affleck, trend thing, there were a lot of people making, we'll say, hit pieces about the Snyder Cut again. And Zack Snyder is very happy with his little award thing. Whether it's fake or it's a plaque, we don't really know. But the acknowledgement is what is amazing, because basically that acknowledgement is going to continue to fuel his fan base. It's also going to really speak volumes to where Discovery is going to go when they start shuffling the DC movies around. And they will. They're going to start doing all kinds of things very soon. No idea what's going to happen with DC Comics at the moment, so don't even ask. That's not on their top priorities list. It's bleeding them money, and their focus is movies, games, TV shows. That's what they're going to be doing, at least for now. So we'll see what happens. I'm waiting for like an official statement that is going to talk more about what Discovery Warner's like business plan is going to be, but we're probably not going to find out until we're closer to San Diego Comic-Con, or maybe in June. I'm not really sure. But I will definitely keep my ear open to that. But yeah, I just wanted to share this little bit of news with you guys. I thought it was kind of fun. The fact that somebody actually literally bought a billboard van and was driving around New York City and parked it in front of Discovery's offices is just, that to me is hilarious. And they were very polite and courteous, and when security came, they drove off. That to me, that's the way to do it. The old ways are best. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this. Just so we are clear, I want both the Battinson movie and the Ben Affleck HBO Max series. I believe it's very important to drive subscriptions to HBO Max, and the Harley Quinn show and Titans is not going to do that. You need a Lord of the Rings-esque Mandalorian thing to really drive subscriptions and give people something they want to continue to come back to. The Snyderverse is definitely that big draw for that platform. And with the Flash movie happening and everything delayed because of Ezra Miller's antics and wanting to not necessarily resurrect Ben Affleck's Batman, but to give him more things to shine in because he's not done with the role, according to rumors, which will probably come out near San Diego Comic-Con, like more officially, that he definitely is not done with the role. But yeah, it's going to be a fun year. So thanks so much for listening, people. And I will keep my ear to the ground about more stuff. And I'm sorry, the Snyder fan base, you guys are hilarious. You guys are amazing. If I had a fan base that dedicated to, promoting my stuff, I'd love you guys to death. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Keep it locked here for more news on everything The Dark Knight in movies, TV, video games, animation, and occasionally DC Comics. Bye-bye.